USA number 0, Tyrese Halliburton.
Pascal Siakam won a title with Toronto back in 2019.
On the road, some big numbers. 48. Thunder's defense has been solid all season in those categories. Denying the three-point shot and denying you your strengths and getting to transitions.
See how they defend this Indiana team as Nembhard got to his spot on the fadeaway, shot it up over Hartenstein, and we got the first points of the game. As Indiana coming off an historic win with all those points. Everybody scoring points against Washington, but 162 on the road. J-Dub floats it up. Hartenstein right over the top of the defense.
All season long, that high pick and roll. You got to pick your poison. Do you cover a downhill attack by J-Dub, or do you allow that dunk, as you just saw, by Hartenstein? Now Siakam will put him on the board again with a trifecta.
It is Siakam who is the Pacers' leading scorer on the season, over 20 a game, not Halliburton. Halliburton so great with all those assists. Speaking of assists, Hartenstein has been finding guys all year long. That time it got picked off by Halliburton. Thunder really protected the basketball well.
I tell you, he's no strange thing to bending that rim. He's been doing it all season long, Coach.
Nice to see that connection get going again after J-Dub missed the 7 consecutive games. Oh, tapped out, extra 14 seconds. Drive inside, the kick, the close, the two. That's off no good, and Hartenstein coming off a double-double with the rebound. As J-Dub maneuvering that big body screen, got it in the mid-range shot, and there is J-Dub with two.
Tell yourself, all right, he's his third-year player. He's mastered that hostage dribble, folks. That's what we call that when you get that guy on your backside, and you just keep him there until you're ready to make your shot. And Siakam will put up his...
Siakam's such a good player. Now 30 years old, but he's been good. Going back to his early years with Toronto, Indiana gave up a lot to get him. J-Dub, nearly the exact same spot, not that time. And Halliburton, the dangerous point guard, gives it up to Siakam again. This time got down low. Turn of the offensive rebound. Spins, Dort with the rake, and he comes up with the steal.
He committed the cardinal sin. Did a great job of rebounding the basketball with Miles Turner, but he brought it down. And Lu Dort put him in the torture chamber. I learned that in the pregame show.
It's the first time you've heard that?
About that. No, I'm just like kicking it out during the broadcast.
It's been a while as SGA got to his spot on the fadeaway. Lu Dort's defense has been impactful all season long, leading the top defense in the NBA. As Cason Wallace in the starting lineup tonight, no Chet Holmgren, no Jay Will, and no Aaron Wiggins. Deep roster as Dort from the outside splashes home that point shot that changed the game.
Now, we know he's a terrific defender, but when he's knocking down that three, well, what do you call that? We say the torture chamber on the defense. What do you call it on the offense? Because, man, you got to give him some respect for that, too. Halliburton shoots a deep three.
Wallace, hard take, tipped out. He's got that rainbow three as Wallace the briefcase. Big name for Indiana and Benedict Mathurin, who got hurt in that game against Washington. Caruso in uniform. He left the game on Thursday with lower back soreness. Halliburton, and he knew that one was going down. He started the back pedal as soon as he...
Look at that early double team on Shea. They said that's 3 guys on him. My goodness, the respect he gets defensively is just amazing.
Oh, the outlet pass went right to Dort. He hands it right back to Halliburton. After Hartenstein, it's the push shot. Nembhard. Siakam has got a height advantage with Cason Wallace. Likely going to try to use it. And it's a little more conventional than Jaren Jackson Jr.'s. Trying to bank it in that time from the outside.
But you said that same word the other night about Jaren Jackson Jr. Unorthodox. I'm just saying, partner.
Oh, it is. No doubt about it. It's not a teaching clinic video.
No. I tell you. It goes in, and he's a terrific young player.
Came out of Iowa State, the defense.
Milwaukee, some of the toughest places, to play at on the road.
January against the Cleveland Cavaliers, as Nembhard at the free throw line.
Well, I think it counters what most teams are trying to do when they're trying to double Shea early.
J-Dub got downhill, gave it up. Hartenstein pulled the string, too short on the baby hook. It's Halliburton. Now with Cason Wallace, little mismatch on the switch. Halliburton fires up the three, and a long rebound out to Toppin. Obi Toppin coming off the bench, and he'll launch from the outside. That's a high arcer, got it up over Hartenstein.
Part of their game as well. They don't use a whole lot of time off that shot clock before they're taking shots.
Wallace, shut off, SGA. Nearly lost it. Hartenstein from the outside launches, and no good on the three. Still looking for that first one to go down this year.
Every time you take that shot and you miss it, you get closer and closer to making your next one.
Turner battling. SGA on the back. You doing $500 and
able to take those shots, those three-point shots early in the shot clock. So a lot of times, as Hartenstein will get his blow.
Rich Williams comes in. SGA looking for his first points and gets his first points as he just
rid of those 2 points.
SGA so effective.
See, there's another one of those long rebounds, you know, long shot, long rebound. Dort did a good job of retrieving that.
And Dort again trying to tap that out, but does so to Indiana. Off the miss from J-Dub. Halliburton always looking at his shooting the basketball. Nembhard, corner three, and he got it. Nembhard, 7 points already. Good player. Not always looking for his offense with some of the other scores. As Kenrich splashes down that three, comes off the bench and immediately.
And how important is that shot? Because the Pacers are packing the paint. They're trying to shrink the floor on the Thunder. And how do you flush them out from that paint? You got to knock down some of those threes. I tell you, the Pacers are taking a lot of threes here in this first quarter.
SGA, a lot of speed, left hand. Third time game.
He's been remarkable. I mean, literally, especially at the pro level. And they're loading up defensively against this guy every night. And he's willing to pass the basketball without a thought.
Nembhard trying to draw the foul with Joe with him, step for step, no good. Now SGA's got his head up. No hesitation, driving on Walker. And now quick word for
against the Grizzlies, guys.
Yeah, just good to have him back out there. What did you see from him on Thursday?
I saw the J-Dub that we've seen all season. Just fluent moves, quick strikes to the basket, setup guy like you saw already with Hartenstein throwing that lob. And just really, looked like he didn't miss a beat at all.
Walker passed up the shot. Instead, he got it outside of Siakam, and that was Ed Holmgren. There's no Jay Will, and so Mark Daigneault bringing Brandon Carlson in the game as Shea got down low, missed the shot off the backboard. Siakam, couple of steps, and there is Carlson with a contest. Didn't let him get that easy layup. Kenrich the other end, the hard take, and Kenrich able to score and drink. Nembhard almost lost it. Toppin open, way too strong on the three, and it caroms right over to Caruso.
Yeah, and it's putting the Thunder in a fast break opportunity too.
Shea kicks it back out to Caruso. Isaiah Joe, hard closeout, so he'll drive. Back out to the perimeter, the extra pass. Carlson, the corner three. Pops into the hands of Walker.
That's good ball movement by the Thunder on that play.
Deep positioning by Toppin. Caruso did a good job of not giving up ground. There's another three. Caruso with a box out, and Joe able to track it down.
Sometimes you have to do that for your team, and just so they can be able to get that rebound, sacrifice his body. And look what it leads to on the other end.
It's been hot since the All-Star break. Had the three-point shooting over 40%, and he continues to be hot.
How about that? The bench helping out the Thunder. As Halliburton hits that three again. Thunder just have been leading the entire quarter up to that point. Look at the two guys out front trying to stop Shea.
And so and the usual shots that he takes.
That's part of that bench brigade that's been really solid for the Thunder all season. And they had 37 bench points the other night against the Grizzlies.
Halliburton sits, and the threes right now a major factor for Indiana.
It's been their offense so far. We've seen teams do that before and then cool off.
Joe Hobbs right back. 9:27 game, Michael, going to the second quarter.
Well, I like what the bench did too in the bottom part of that first quarter. Did a good job of just kind of helping the Thunder regain their offense. How about that? That's another play you've already seen. Again, over from J-Dub to Harden.
7 games, but it's been there all year.
Yeah, those two guys got a nice connection too. That's what the Thunder missed when he was out. There's that other extra guy on the floor when Shea goes off that can help facilitate the offense. That's why he was picked as a all-star this season, folks. As T.J. McConnell hits that little nitty that he likes to hit.
I remember watching T.J. McConnell when he was at Arizona. Just remarkable. He's been in the league 10 years now, undrafted. And he's just really carved out a career for himself. Impressive for a player. He's not tremendously athletic, and is 6'1". McConnell, now his speed, lost the handle. Caruso's on him. Swore. And he easily wins it. McConnell didn't even get up there. And the Thunder win the possession. J-Dub bouncing off the Siakam. Outside Caruso. Couldn't find a crack. The Thunder will have to reset. J-Dub got around Nesmith. Left hand. Hartenstein flying in for the rebound. And it got taken away. Shepherd quickly up the floor. Trying to distribute. McConnell, quick pass. Siakam is going to get fouled.
Thunder sitting on 7 attempts.
Score big. That one bounces in. Game is Rick Carlisle on the sideline for Indiana in his second stint with the Pacers. J-Dub. Pacers been keeping him out of the lane so far. Tough fadeaway. That's a shot that he likes to make, but J-Dub.
Just better offense that time by J-Dub. Just taking his time. Got him down deep and just shot right over the top.
McConnell again. There's a dive for it. Now they got numbers. The kick out, the shooter, Shepherd, corner, no. And Jones streaks in, trying to start it. J-Dub up the floor, attacking Siakam off balance. Still somehow able to get the spin.
And Carlisle, for his point, he said he was kind of flummoxed at all of the different things that you have to do against the Thunder defensively. He said eventually, you're going to have to put 2 on the ball.
Who's your primary ball handler, and he's a big enough defender, as Nick was pointing out, to be able to guard Siakam, who's a terrific scorer and player in this league.
Limited shot clock, and still on the drive is a score, and that is Nesmith coming off the jump ball.
That's a tough one-legged finish going to the baseline. Nesmith just showing you his skill set.
Pacers had 2 players there for the rebound, McConnell and Shepherd, and it leads to a second effort shot. In and out, no good. Thunder trailed the first 3 quarters of that game in December before finally figuring it out. There's another deflection. Something the Thunder do better than any team in the NBA.
Dylan Jones getting that deflection. Did a good job. Again, the Thunder moving the basketball.
Joe, nice pass underneath. Jones twirls around.
Okay, it was close.
Had it in one hand.
Man, I'm trying to get that down, man.
Got it wiped out. Got it wiped out.
T.J. McConnell at the same spot.
McConnell now in year number 6 with Indiana. J-Dub trying to get a little speed outside Jones. Teed up for the 3. No good. Hartenstein. We're able to figure things out against the Pacers. Rick Carlisle's going to throw a bunch of different stuff at you. Rick Carlisle, excellent coach, won that title with Dallas in 2011. Is McConnell again, just such a savvy player, knowing exactly what he wants to do with the basketball.
And he's got freedom, you know, to make those kind of plays. Physical. Physical let him play a little bit. I like that.
Joe on the fadeaway off the pass. There's another assist. And Isaiah just step back 3, that time in the mid-range.
Beautiful move by a 3-point shooter.
And the assist to Hartenstein. First assist for a center in OKC history. Now he's got the rebound. Outlet pass, J-Dub. 1-on-2. J-Dub, full-handed steam, and he goes right to the cup and still.
If not already, he's having a terrific season. They'll be here next week, folks.
There's another deflection and a steal. Joe again, head of steam. Nobody slows him down.
To just 4 for the Pacers, a massive advantage. As the Thunder are giving the Pacers in transition a dose of the dose.
One way to attack this Indiana defense. The ball kicked back out to Toppin. Drives on to Wallace. Almost lost it inside. Shepherd has to get it up. Too strong on the 3 and the long rebound out to Joe. But there's 3 Pacers back. Thunder defense starting to really crank it up here, Michael. In the second quarter, Indiana has been stuck.
But they're doing a good job of getting out in transition and getting those early buckets so the Pacers can't set up that zone defense that packs the paint.
Toppin trying to turn the corner and does.
He's shaming the league. I thought he was just a high riser. You know, like a Kenny Walker out of Kentucky who played for the Knicks. But man, he's really rounded out his game. He's got that kind of move. He's shooting the 3 as well.
From J-Dub, but the shot clock didn't reset. There's only 5 seconds. J-Dub with some space, trying to drive on Turner. Left hand, went up for it. Might have lost it on the way up. And Toppin, one of those players, Mike, you're talking about the Knicks. That's where he started his career out of date. As Walker able to maneuver his way inside toward a postseason. That'll be starting up in April, but 8 games after tonight. Starts to get toward the final stretch. Wallace went for that lollipop, left it short. Coming out of the timeout, Halliburton. That time he comes up a little short on the 3. Had 3 in the first quarter. Kenrich fires it inside. Dort went for the jam, and Toppin got. As SGA is back out on the floor. The Thunder right now just missing shots here in the second quarter.
Game's kind of slowed down a little bit for both teams. Under 5 minutes to go.
How about Kenrich Williams? He was back
Underneath. Turner.
defensive menace with his shot blocking ability, but also 40% of the season. As Indiana goes back on top. With 4.5 to go in the first half, SGA sees a crowd outside of Wallace. That's good from the outside. Kaysen Wallace with the 3.
Collapsing his man on the drive, kicking it out to Kaysen, who just stayed disciplined to keep that spacing.
I can imagine the things John Stockton used to do to try to create advantage.
Absolutely.
And not just with those bony elbows on the screens. SGA trying to get loose. The 3, no. Hartenstein looked like he was in.
Crack at it now.
Shea spins it. Knocked out by France as SGA. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Into double digits with 10.
Also teammates with Lou Dort as well, another Canadian men's national team member, along with Shea.
Floating pass. Turner squares up, and there's Kenrich Williams again, right on his backside. Turner rushed the shot.
Did a good job of not allowing him to get that dribble and prove it. How about this? My goodness. If you're going to double up Shea, he is always willing to give up that basketball early and trust his teammates, folks.
Commands so much attention. Knows what he wants to do with it, as Neesmith no good from 3 as it took a peek.
Pacers in the line heavily on that 3-point shot. That's 19 dunks this year.
Wasn't pretty against Tennessee.
It's just that
All these guys watching their alma maters go at it.
I think it's great, too.
Halliburton, that's a tough step back. And another miss for him from behind the arc. Kenrich Williams. A little bit of speed as Hartenstein. What a pass underneath. But Dort didn't have the angle, didn't want to try the layup. Instead, he'll try the 2. The high arcer in the mid-range. Mark Daigneault actually discussed this about Dort and his.
I mean, my goodness, man. It's a lot of energy that it takes to play defense against some of the game's most lethal scores, and then go down on the other end and do what he just did offensively. He has certainly earned the respect of a lot of players who said, there's one guy I don't want to play against, it's Lu Dort.
And SGA! Dort coming in. Confidence, 8 points in the game. Turner not going to get it. The slam attempt by Nesmith.
Oh, he got way up there. Timed it perfectly.
SGA, looked like the timing of that three was off. Line drive shot, left it a little bit short. Off shooting first half for SGA, 2 out of 9. But the Thunder still with an 11-point lead. Halliburton's going to get the call.
Also that question, I just don't know.
Into the game, and we did a really good job covering for each other, putting together multiple efforts, really flying around, and he told me that those stops were key to getting good looks in the paint. First half, guys, okay, in paint points.
All right, thank you, Paris. And Indiana loves to get inside, one of the top paint teams in the NBA, much like Memphis. But the defense, Michael, really impressive. After that flurry of threes in the first quarter by Indiana, the Thunder defense really locked in.
Well, and you like that too, because you flipped the script on them in the fast break category, along with Paris Lawson was talking about with those fast, those points in the paint. The Thunder have a 12-3 fast break advantage on the Pacers so far through 24 minutes.
Someone opened the window on that Casey Wallace three. High pass, high catch. Turner gets fouled by SGA.
Carlisle is a terrific coach. He's been one of those coaches. His Mavericks won a title with the Celtics, so he's one of 11 players in the NBA that's won a title as a coach and a player.
Kenrich.
Nice opportunity too. Boy, he was wide open.
Kenrich Williams starting the third quarter in place of Isaiah Hartenstein, and there he is, flying into that turnover, stepping into the passing lane. Now he's going to take it himself down the lane.
He got the steal, kept the ball in the middle of the floor, things like that, young.
He said, just at his essence, he's a great competitor. He's the kind of guy, when the game doesn't feel like it's going your way or the energy seems a little off, you can always count on him to go in there and raise the level with his intensity, his competitiveness, and how scrappy he is on both ends of the floor.
He knows his game, and he's got a rebound. Off the miss by Nembhard. Wallace surveys. And SGA got just below the nail, pulls up, but he's been a little flat on some of his shots tonight, just 4 out of 14. When you mentioned, Michael, the Thunder still have the lead.
Yeah, they've done a good job of really, just playing through all the traffic that he commands. I mean, he just, he has to work so hard to get around 1, 2, and sometimes 3 defenders. His Kenrich is just showing his ball handling skills. The ball got tipped by Nesmith.
It was a good drive, better block by Nesmith. Siakam, he point blank, and he missed it.
Yeah, he pulled the chair on him. Lu Dort just got out of the way.
And Dort on the other end, a wide open lane. And he scored. Nembhard, no. Siakam, yes.
That's what the Pacers are trying.
Siakam after the quick start. Just 9 points, only one player in double digits for the Pacers. It's Halliburton with 11. SGA gives it right back. Now Dort got a little flyby, sidestep three. Dort's got another one.
He had a second defender that chased after him after the flyby by Halliburton. Just had ice water in his veins.
Oh, nice strip. Siakam was trying to work his way inside. SGA spots up. Too strong on the three. That's Nembhard. Shut off. They got it right back. Beers inside, able to shed Kenrich momentarily. And Turner squares up. A lot of shots missed inside by the Pacers. Back outside, Nembhard. Had some space, and he has missed some wide open looks.
How about that block box out by Casey Wallace on Miles Turner to keep him off the glass? Just kind of face guarded him.
Shea turns the corner, drives inside. Plus,
that puts him second in 6'3" and under guards in the association.
All about forcing the defense, Michael, to make that decision. And you got two players who can beat you in a lot of different ways. But like we said in the first round, that's a great read by Cason Wallace on the dive. Little mismatch, and the Pacers take advantage.
He's a terrific three-point shooter. And the Pacers are trying to get some points up on the board. That was a design play as they were coming out of that timeout.
Wallace got tied up as he continues to get more opportunities with the ball in his hands to be a playmaker. Nice inside-outside pass, and Nembhard finally gets one to go. There to that make.
Turner had a dunk pretty much, but knows that the Pacers can knock that corner three down. Gave it up.
SGA gave up his dribble as J-Dub. Outside Kenrich trying to make something happen. Cuts back inside, little hesitation. Got up on Turner. Missed the layup. Halliburton has been quiet on the offensive end since those early threes. So has Siakam. Gives it up again. And
Pacers are just making sure they can get some kind of points on the board.
Thunder.com/buy tickets. 1 out of 2 at the line. Pacers trying to get that Thunder defense moving. Wallace, little fake, the kick. Dort already with a couple of threes, looking for more. And Dort's got one more.
Step three down, man. It is looking good tonight.
The 4th three for Dort. Well, Thunder having to play without Isaiah Nick.
Well, guys, news from the Thunder locker room that Isaiah Hartenstein has left hip sore.
The update, J-Dub got down.
As
J-Dub earning his first All-Star bid this year, deservedly so. At the type of season that he has had, it's easy to look at the numbers, but the defense has been absolutely stellar over the course of the year. Toppin, speaking of defense, and Toppin.
it's a nice play by him. He redirected his dribble almost like he was going to do a DHO. Call it a dribble handoff.
Kenrich drives and just covers inside. McConnell able to maintain possession. Outside, Halliburton, that's a nifty move. In with the reverse. J-Dub back the other way, finds an open shooter. Wallace spots up and connects.
A made basket up the floor. That's what the Pacers want to do.
And
But you just don't know what they are.
great connection with the fans, with the city. Great effort by these Thunder players getting out there as Wallace off the catch, fires away. No good. TJ McConnell with a rebound. 13-point game under the 5-minute mark here, the third. McConnell always keeps that dribble alive until he finds an open shooter. And that
Pacers are relying heavily on that three-point shot. When it's not there, the Thunder are able to build it. He's going to twist his ankle.
Here's McConnell again. Got down low. The turnaround shot did everything but finish. Smith the rebound, topping up top. Halliburton trying to distribute, and you get a foul.
Nonetheless, Pacers have the basketball. Thunder need to see if they can slow this offense down.
Smith tries the other side, no good. How about Kenrich again? Sky up for that rebound. J-Dub driving down the lane, contact.
Thunder not without about 6'8".
Second. Caruso kept topping out of the lane. Now he switches on to Nesmith, just hounding him out of the perimeter. Really tough defense. The lob inside. J-Dub sniffed it out. Toppin couldn't control.
The Thunder are ahead. They're just catching the Pacers backtrotting. That's a deep shot by Halliburton.
18 in the game for Halliburton. J-Dub again, just some power down the lane.
You know, Shea has been playing Superman all the time. He can be normal sometimes.
McConnell always keeps that dribble alive. Siakam no on the three. And you got two Thunder players there for the rebound. J-Dub again. Got a height advantage. And he blows right by McConnell that time.
You're seeing power. Now you're seeing speed. He's just blowing by guys right now.
Caruso is all up on Halliburton. Siakam lowers the shoulder, and they're going to...
Siakam, you're right. The lowered the shoulder. It just went right into the body.
Oh, what a pass. J-Dub starting to take over.
He's that point forward out there on the floor right now. Doing a terrific job.
All of a sudden, J-Dub up to 18 points, 5 assists. Halliburton. And he had his pocket picked. Now McConnell trying to beat Caruso, and he does with a left hand.
My goodness. It is a table. Football pass by Caruso is on the money.
This game is going end to end, every single possession. There's a miss from the outside. The Pacers trying to keep up as it's back up to 17 with 90 seconds left to go in the third. Dort, power again, got all the way to the cup. Drove on McConnell but missed the layup. Trying to recover the other end. Shepherd, that three is no good.
Woo! Right now, this is like a tennis match. It's going to need a timeout just to slow this game down. And it is at a frenetic pace right now.
An extended rally in the tennis match. That's a good call. A big Thunder lead. Even with, and so it's a 20-point advantage here with 12 minutes to go.
Well, I'm loving the pace that they're playing with. Just not allowing the Pacers to set up their defense. It's keeping their big man Miles Turner on the bench right now.
Shea spins and scores on the turnaround as he sat the majority of the third quarter. And SGA now with 24 in the game.
He's always scoring in a crowd.
Here's Thomas Bryant making his first appearance of the game here in the second half. Dort, step back, mismatch. And Mo Dort drains another one from...
Made the big man feel uncomfortable.
And when Lou Dort, who's a very streaky shooter at times, has it going, he will launch with consistency as Nembhard again able to... 19 points for Dort. SGA looking for a little more, and he's got a little more on the step back three.
I know he likes to drive the basketball. Yeah, but he's also a pretty good three-point shooter. Casey Wallace just picks the pocket, makes it look easy.
Shea gave it right back to him. Wallace on the reverse, no good. Shea trying to keep it alive. As the lead continues to grow, as the Thunder have just flexed here in the second half. Shea stayed down on the ball fake. Toppin gives it up to Walker, and Walker off the catch. As SGA looks over toward Mark Daigneault, looking for some instruction here on this particular possession. Outside now, Joe trying to get into the three-point mix and does.
Shea just recognizing, caught his man watching the paint dry by looking at him.
Tough drive. Buckets here at the rim to start off the fourth quarter scoring for the Pacers.
It's been their offense. He's a terrific young player. Not only can shoot the three, but can drive the basketball.
Thunder setting up a ton of in-rhythm threes.
And a unique individual, folks.
And another 30-point game for SGA, who leads the NBA in those. Did so last year as well. Long rebound tracked down by Joe. As the Pacers just have not been able to slow this offensive uprising. And it was the Pacers, Michael, in that third quarter, they wanted to get up and down, and the Thunder took complete advantage. The Pacers just have not been able to keep up. They've been misfiring from three.
Well, they really flipped the script on them in terms of what they want to do. Get out in transition, spread you out, and knock down shots. That's exactly what the Thunder is doing. And Shea once again finding guys. So unselfish with the basketball. Pacers had guys up the floor.
Pacers had numbers, and the three in the corner by Bryant. But he to go into the jam, it's almost automatic.
A lot of times you don't expect it. He just all of a sudden does it, man, because he's so quiet out there. But he has such a big game that speaks very loudly.
That time, Wallace got down low, but Shepard with a recovery block. As Shea matched up on Toppin. Little step back three action, and SGA puts it in.
Wow, that's just beautiful basketball.
33 on the night for SGA. With 37 the last time these two teams met. As Shepard steps behind the line. Caruso cuts in, takes a little bump and gets the bounce off the back of the rim. You see in transition.
That's what we talked about, Parker. How many times have we said that tonight?
Pistons, or excuse me, the Pacers, they're just not getting back on defense.
It's just, quick strike. This is what the Pacers normally do to teams. You know about a team that a couple of nights ago in Washington put up 162 points in regulation. They had 83 at halftime.
Carlson back out to Caruso. Leonard shot it extremely well from downtown. At 50%. Carlson getting minutes with all those injuries, Michael, to the five-spot players. As J. Will, Hartenstein goes out. You got big minutes from Kenrich, and Carlson getting minutes throughout. There's the exact same play.
Even though he's the NBA's leading scorer, folks, he's got 7 assists. Excuse me.
Away. Little confusion.
Kudos to the Thunder for really a stack quarter. You brought up players like Kenrich Williams out of 6 minutes to go here, but you lose.
Or
you had Kenrich at the 5 spot, and it seems like everybody has had a moment in this game. This guy with the basketball, the bucket.
J-Dub just hitting the accelerator in the second half, and how about Lou Dort? Another.
That was a moon ball, partner. I had to wait for that one to come down, but man, it sure is Purdy.
They come from the clouds when he let.
Love it, Lou Dort. He's not just a defender, folks, even though he's just terrific. Best on-ball defender by far in the association. But man, he's got some offense too.
Once again, doing a great job defensively, as he has done all season long. Michael, the defense, when he goes up against an opposing team's best player, that player typically is not having a big.
And most players will admit that too. What's the toughest on-ball defender? Is DPOY, folks. We call that.
Rushes Lou up to the table as well, and he knows that look. He knows
when Lou Dort's on it.
You know what? He takes a lot of. I'm going to protect the house, and his house is out there on that.
His rookie year, when he was called upon, he was a two-way player, undrafted at Arizona State, and he got that early assignment on James Harden. And then Billy Donovan gave him another assignment on guys like Damian Lillard and all those other good offensive players. That's what he's been doing since those early minutes that he got in his career.
You know what? The guy keeps his head down, and he does the same thing every night. Just shows up, rolls up his sleeve, puts his hard hat on, and with his lunch bills in his hand, folks, and he goes to work. Tough finish by Dylan Jones there.
Now Rick Carlisle, the Pacers, capitulating a few minutes ago by bringing in some of those bench players as the Thunder opened this game up in the third quarter. As Joe got caught on the clogged lane. This Indiana team came in playing so well. Winners of 6 of 7, 8 out of 10. Trying to gain even more traction in the Eastern Conference, Michael, but this was an absolute second half explosion once again by the Thunder to open this game up.
A total team effort, no doubt about it. Thunder done a good job of just, you never know that you're going to not have your front line. You knew you didn't have J. Will, you knew you didn't have Chet Holmgren, but you didn't know you'd lose your starting center in Hartenstein at halftime. He didn't play at all in the second half.
And one of the guys who did step up, Kenrich Williams, who's logging at this point almost 25 minutes. And 10 points coming from the Clouds.
Well, early in the first half, if you remember, and they were trying to stop the Thunder from driving the basketball. How do you flush them out? You got to go to your next best thing, that aerial assault. It was at the hands of Lou Dort, your top defender. I thought he was just played a fantastic game tonight, all around.
Did not commit a foul. You had Halliburton momentarily connect on some threes, but never did you feel like he was the impact player that he can be. As Jones running, leaning, and no good on the layup attempt. Shepard pulls, no good. Nice tap out by Flagler over to Kenrich Williams.
So defenders, you talk about how they've been able to crack the code on a lot of different teams that they've had to play against here in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've done it with defense, they've done it with three-point shooting, they've done it with attacking the paint, and they've done it with just controlling the pace of the game, which is the storyline for the Thunder tonight. I thought they just, I've been waiting to say this, outpaced the Pacers tonight. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, I'm not a comedian.
Certainly in that third quarter, Michael, when it just turned into end-to-end basketball. Almost invariably, every single possession is foul line. And here he is! A nice little alley-oop set up by Kenrich Charleston to get a little flash in there.
And you remember, he came in the game early in that first half, too, because the Thunder only had one big man tonight prior to losing Hartenstein at halftime. So kudos to Mr. Carlson. He's just playing the game already.
And Shepard, it would have likely be some of the final points of this game. The Thunder are going to be able to run this down. Not quite all the way out, but the crowd here inside Paycom Center going to enjoy the fight. Going to run out this clock, and Mark Daigneault and Rick Carlisle. Little handshake at center court as it is win number